Welcome everyone to V8 Online's live coverage of the iRacing.com V8 Supercar official online series, proudly presented by Direct Clutch Services, V8's online superstore, and our friends at V8 Supercars Fan Group. Here for the final round, the finale from Alton Park. Jay Kennedy in the host chair, joined tonight by Leo Gray and Daniel Bryant. G'day guys.
How are you doing, Jay?
I'm very well. Daniel's here as well.
I am here as well. I'm actually quite pumped for this one, and I hear the rumour mill's starting to warm up, so I'm pretty pumped.
Yep, and we've got two guys that surprisingly I can't get a word out of tonight. Josh Muggleton and Madison Down both here in the com box as well. G'day guys.
Hey fellas, how are we?
Hey fellas.
We're good. How are you guys? How are you, Muggo?
Yeah, good mate, good. Ready for this. Yeah, pumped.
Mad, you excited?
Yeah, it's definitely the closest finale to a championship so far, but I'm pretty relaxed. Not too comfortable with the qualifying results as they stand so far, but I think we're in pretty strong form for the race, so we'll see how it pans out.
Before we get too far, and congratulations on Friday night too, Mad, winning Race to Reality. Well done, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Jay, and thanks to everyone as well out there who's watching. Had a lot of support through Facebook, and when I finished up. So, yeah, thanks to all the guys out there from the sim racing communities for supporting me. It's certainly a big surprise, and still can't really believe it, to be honest. So, yeah, thanks, guys.
Of course, V8's Online sponsored driver for the first event, so go us. Go us for picking good drivers. Hey,
Yeah, good
Daniel,
at that.
that's right.
Yeah, did an awesome job. Pretty safe bet though, really, wasn't it?
Oh, well, Muggo gave it a good crack too. Not quite
that's
enough
true.
in the final, but I reckon, Muggo, you may have won it if Madison didn't beat you in that event.
Yeah, I'm a bit rusty on half active. I only used it a few years ago, but yeah, we went out to Race Centre not too long ago, and it was good fun. So yeah, I would have given it a crack, that's for sure.
We were going to have a bit of a chat to you before the race, but I think we might let you boys get in the zone. Seems they're only a couple of minutes away from qualifying getting underway. Good luck tonight, guys. Keep it nice
Thank
and
you.
clean and have fun out there.
Thanks very much. Good luck with the call.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Jay. Catch you later.
I'll look at the championship standings as they are right now, and as you can tell, there is absolutely nothing in it. It's the closest championship we have ever had. 2 points in it. Unbelievable finish to this season.
Yeah, definitely an epic finish to wrap up this season. 2 points, their teammates. I'm sure it's been a very difficult week for both of them over there, trying to deal with a friendship and also a season as well. So it's definitely going to make for some interesting racing.
Well, at prior points in the season, of course, we've been talking about things like drop rounds and the like, but the reality is that with this race tonight, it's a simple case of whichever driver finishes in front of the other is going to win the championship. I can't think of anything that's going to be more exciting than that, guys. How about you?
Yep. Yeah, that's all it comes down to. Whoever finishes first wins the title. So it's going to be a fantastic finish. And also that battle for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. That's so close as well between Day, Fabian, Callie, and Alice. Anyone could win it or get the third position from any of those spots with this race tonight. It's only going to take one result to go their way, and any of those drivers will finish third in this championship. So it's going to be really close to see who'll win it and who'll get third.
Yeah,
But it should be in for a fantastic one.
Yeah, definitely, and it's been a really good season all the way through. I'm actually really looking forward to next season, and if Justin Ridger didn't have his accident a few weeks back, he would have been up there in the mix as well. So he would have probably come down to a three-way race at the end.
Yeah, well, we're looking for a long time there. I had a bit of a lead, but it was definitely a three-way battle until Justin's unfortunate injury. We don't think we're too far away from making a return, which will be fantastic. Before we get into qualifying, we might make a couple of quick announcements that we needed to make before it gets too late. And we get into qualifying. So, number one announcement, we've got a bit of sad news. Unfortunately, we won't be broadcasting the Grand Am Series next year. We've had a few issues in regards to getting someone to actually stream it on a Thursday night. So, unfortunately, we've had to can the Grand Am Series. But it's not all bad. We are replacing it with Sunday night Proto Type GT, which should be a fantastic series. 45 car grid, so I'll have lots of cars on the track, 3 classes, and it should be a lot of fun at a better time slot for most people to actually race.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be a lot more stronger than what we saw Grand Am. Grand Am really took off for us there, but I'm really excited about this Proto GT Challenge on a Sunday, and there's a lot of people already, the few that know, already trying to decide whether they're going to race or commentate. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know which one I'll be running, and I guess our last announcement that we need to make is that I'm finishing up after Race of Champions next week. So that's a bit sad, but looking forward to spending a bit more time with the family and getting away from you boys.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to getting rid of you, to tell you the truth. So,
All right, Leo, I'm going to be in safe hands. Leo is going to take my spot in the com box, so I will be in safe hands. So really looking forward to watching you boys every week.
Yeah, definitely. And just so everyone knows, he's not leaving us all together. He'll still be doing a few surprise cameos and helping us out behind the scenes. He's actually learned how to edit a web page, which is,
The website still works after me playing with it for 6 weeks. I can't believe it.
Yeah, look out now, everyone.
I can't believe that the website still works. I just missed what we're actually doing. What we're doing? Qualifying preview. Okay, let's go to that. Enough about anything else. Qualifying at the moment, very, very close. It was actually Madison Down leading qualifying only a couple of hours ago, but lost my train of thought here. Josh Muggleton's the guy I'm trying to think. Oh, Jesus, good. No wonder I'm leaving. They're kicking me out. Muggo leading at the moment by not much, 3/100ths of a second, not much between Mad and Muggo once again. Sean Kelly's been the big mover in the last couple of hours. He's gained quite a lot of time in the last couple of sessions. And a name we haven't seen for forever, or 2 names, 3 names really. Richard Hampstead, John Emerson, Mitchell McLeod all in the top 10.
Definitely some big names up there, and of course having the 2 championship contenders on the front row is going to be a big recipe for excitement. Nothing in it between them, but there's also going to be plenty of guys that are going to want to see if they can spoil the party for these 2 contenders tonight. That should be interesting to follow.
Yeah, definitely. These boys are really going to have to think really smartly about what they're going to do, because they don't need to win the race. All they need to do is finish in front of the other person. So it's going to be one of those things. Do you decide to defend a position, or do you just sit there and make sure that you stay in front of that competitor?
Definitely going to be a tough thing to balance, but we've got to remember that there's going to be about 20 other drivers that just want to get a win. So I can tell you that we're going to get some excitement tonight, no matter where we look, both at the front, in the pack, and for the championship.
Of course, we've been talking about it for a few weeks. Bathurst will be released next week. We'll quickly talk about what we've got next week. Race of Champions once again. We have got our donate page set up again, donate.v8sonline.com.au, which will link you to a donation page to the McGrath Foundation, who is our charity again for Race of Champions for this time around. A little bit different format. Sunday, we will see practice and qualifying and a top 10 shootout in the V8 Supercar at Mount Panorama. How exciting is that going to be, boys?
That's absolutely epic. I cannot wait. I've been getting pretty on edge about it, because although I've got the track in view from my house, you still kind of just go, oh, I just want the track to come out already. I just want it to be good. I'm sick of not being able to race it, and I'm sick of having to go up there and do 60 kilometers an hour in a car. This is retarded. So I'm really, really pumped just to be able to hammer a car around there, or put a car into the wall, which is probably what's really going to happen.
Well, you probably won't make it through turn 2, as we're on board with Josh Muggleton in the Tats.com Racing Falcon, currently on pole position. Of course, that was Sunday that I was just talking about, top 10 shootout and qualifying Sunday. Monday night will be a 61-lap race, so can confirm to the guys that are out there, 61-lap race for Race of Champions. If the guys hadn't heard yet, the official time for the race, or the official race length, will be about 2.5 to 3 hour race. Next Monday night, as Muggleton aborts his lap. And to make it a bit easier, the boys have actually done something a little bit nice for us to make it easy to see who's who. Madison Down running on an alternate livery in the Tats.com Falcon. Actually looks pretty good.
Maybe they should make this a bit more of a permanent thing for us.
And also the rumour mills are starting to fly about transfers of teams and things like that. I don't know if Brad Ryan's in this session. Not 100% sure. No, he's not. We'll see him in the race. He's got a bit of a tribute livery going. He's leaving Lazy Man Racing at the end of this season, so rumours flying about where he'll end up next season.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen a bit of that livery, and I'm pretty sure someone lent him some finger paints to get that done.
So a 20.9 for Madison, still 15 hundredths away. Go to Mitchell McLeod, new livery for him. Matthew Hill. Not happy with his pace this week. He's been a fair way off and he's not overly happy in the TTL Falcon.
Matthew Hill's current qualifying time is a 21.5, which will see him 13th on the grid going by current standings. And looks like he's had to get around a bit of traffic there, so no doubt looking to move up, hopefully into the top 10 for Hilly.
Yeah, definitely. But in regards to Matthew Hill as well, he's might put a best qualifying lap down, but he's always clean when he's out there and he does consistent laps, which tends to make up a few positions for him.
Yeah, he's one of those drivers that always does seem to come through the field a bit, you know. Keeps his nose clean and gets through some pretty tough fights, mind you, and always appears up front near the end.
Because Hilly also is retiring from commentary after this season as well, because the voice of Grandam. So thanks to Hilly for all of his hard work with V8's Online as he aborts his lap a little bit too looser in the final corner. Got your Ren next.
It's good to see Scott Uren back out there, putting a few laps in, and there's a bit of talk about where he'll end up for next season.
Yeah, of course, former teammate of Renz Brookman and Mitchell McLeod at Infinity Esports, also a former Tats.com driver, so who knows where he'll end up next season. Could he be in a blue and white car, Tats.com, well, third car next season?
I don't know, depending on what happens tonight, there might be a spare
there might be
seat
two
over
opening
there.
spots.
Yeah.
Scott's just about to start his lap.
He's definitely got some room to improve. His current time sees him all the way down in 31st on the time charts with a 22.2.
Definitely shows how hard it is as well to kind of get your head back around the car when you don't have the support of a team that's fully operational in this series. You look how quickly the TTR guys jump on it, and all their drivers, the TTL boys as well. Matthew Hill, although he was out for a while there, he come back up and I mean he's sitting in 13th now, which is a pretty good result. So and he's had the support of TTL with setup help and whatnot, and how to drive the car back again. So it is hard doing it by yourself.
Oh, that was a bit loose. Oh, that's the end of that lap, I think. Going to continue on, but cost him probably 2 or 3 tenths there.
In this
He'll improve
session,
this
Scott
lap,
Uren already has improved his time in this session. So, like I said, there's obviously plenty of room for improvement for Scotty.
Speaking of improved, Madison Downs also improved his time. Hasn't improved position though. Done a 20.8. Still not better than his personal best, but working on it. Interesting to see another driver out there we haven't seen for forever, Chris Tarrant on track at the moment. That'll be a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, it should be a bit of fun seeing Chris out there again doing some laps. I think everyone comes to Bathurst and kind of got
Yep.
the feeling for it again.
Well,
They're like, yeah, I'm going to go do this now.
That's why a lot of guys are actually practicing. They're actually warming up for Race of Champions next week. They want to make sure that they're at least a little bit comfortable in the car.
I'm going to get embarrassed, I guess.
Oh, you will anyway. Richard
on that,
Hampstead
all
about
you
to
gotta
start a
say
lap.
is just,
All these guys doing out laps. Sorry there, Leo.
No, that's right, mate. We're just going to touch on Bathurst again. I mean, iRacing, Bathurst, Race of Champions. You don't have to say any more, do you?
Well,
No,
actually, we're struggling to find commentators because everyone wanted to race.
yeah, definitely. It's been a difficult one. It's going to be the best Race of Champions, just for the pure fact is that we're going to have Bathurst. And I think this is the first time as well that we've actually used the V8 Supercar for a Race of Champions.
Yeah, that's correct. We haven't used the V8 in Race of Champions before. We had talked about it, and it was rumoured that we might stick it on an oval track. A few seasons ago, we tried to get that rumour out there, but that never come through. But yeah, definitely a car that a lot of guys are going to feel comfortable with. But a lot of guys that race of Champions have no idea on how to drive.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of Race Champions drivers that are not coming out of the V8 field. But like all Race Champions, this should be fixed setup as well.
Incorrect. It will be an open setup. So, but I do know a lot of teams are going to work together to make sure the race is very, very close.
So yeah, hopefully we see a lot of teams then doing a bit of collaboration, especially for the guys that aren't in the V8 Supercar, that they'll be able to get a bit of help and support. But there will apparently be a good baseline setup for them to work off, which will be interesting.
Hampstead's just aborted, so we'll go to Madison Down, about to start a flying lap. No, just about to finish a flying lap, I think. 20.8. He's getting closer.
When we talk about guys like Madison Down and Josh Muggleton, with how intense this title fight is going to be tonight, they really haven't left much out on the table in the lead up to this event, of course. Going to be plenty of work going into the preparation, and so this qualifying tonight is just going to come down to minute amounts, isn't it? So you're going to have to be a perfect lap to try and improve.
Definitely.
Wayne Burke. Sorry. Almost improves his time, very, very close to a PB. Sorry, Daniel.
No, that's all right. I was just going to touch on that. Yeah, I'm sure both of these TTR drivers have put in a lot of work, and I'm sure there's some little secrets in their setup that they think is going to give them that competitive edge this race that they haven't shared with the other teammates. So it'll be interesting to see.
Rob Hartley, the only man from DCN that's actually allowed to race, crosses the line and gets a PB with a 21.9. Mitchell McLeod moves to P2 in the session with a 21.5, not able to improve on his best, but a lot of guys are not really lining up the timesheet except for Madison Down, the only guy to really make a mark on this session at the moment. He's about to start off another flying lap with 6 minutes to go in the session. Sean Kelly. Ooh. Going to be a tough lap here for Kelly. A lot of cars ahead of him just coming out of the pits. It's different this season as well. New layout of this track. I think it feels very V8 Supercar, this layout.
Yeah, I quite like it. I think it's a good little layout for Alton Park that we're running here.
A little bit Simmons Plains, crossed with Winton, crossed with Barbagallo.
I think it's got a little bit of
Twisted Baby.
Maybe
That's
a little
the
bit
track.
of Oran Park in there as well with
Yeah.
the sweepers and the elevation changes kind of in weird spots. But yeah, it's definitely got that V8 feel to it.
Turn 2 feels almost like a reverse of turn 3 at Barbagallo. Turn 2 and 3 at Barbagallo.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Left-hander.
it's kind of like they've just gotten a couple of V8 Supercar tracks and had a massive pile
Bit
on
of a
it.
cut
and
and
we've,
paste.
we've ended up with Alton Park.
Muggleton's laid down his first competitive lap with a 20.898, so P2 for the session, still has pole at the moment. Alan McMullen just off his PB on the last lap, a tenth away with a 20.1. 22.1 I should say. Getting corrected in my ear.
There's not many great passing opportunities on this track as well because it's quite thin. But normally on the final corner we see a move made. But
I think we'll see into turn 4, which is the hairpin. I think we'll see some moves tonight. I think we might see a little bit more passing into that really tight hairpin.
Yeah, definitely. But it's going to be one of those things. You're going to need to make sure that you've really got your nose up there to get that move done. Otherwise, it's going to end really bad for both of you.
Right on board for this lap with Madison down. Look at the island circuit of Alton Park. Out of the lap.
Still does give you a bit of an idea of with the different lines on this racetrack, with the way that a lot of the corners have got right-handers with a bit of a left kick leading up, things like that. It's, even though it's small, it's definitely not simple by any stretch, is it? It's a pretty technical little track.
I can't believe how slow they are coming into that hairpin. It's such a slow hairpin.
I think part of that as well is that there's absolutely, it's completely flat. There's no banking at all. Very tough to get a good run out.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what we're going to. I think we're going to see in this race is a lot of people struggling to get around that hairpin. I'm actually quite scared to see some of the manoeuvres we might see down there because a lot of people might think that they can take it a bit faster than what they can, but it's very shallow. You've really got to jump on the brakes, and then to try and get a good run coming out of it is next to impossible.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of guys getting a little bit excited in the middle of a battle on the exit of that hairpin. We could see a bit of stack-ups on that.
Matthew Barron with the PB, another guy that's only driving to get ready for Race of Champions next week. Could end up with a pretty strong points haul tonight for whoever's lucky enough to win this race. That's definitely going to mean it's going to come down to whoever can finish the highest out of the top 5 between Muggleton and Down will win the championship, because the points haul will be massive tonight with the amount of guys that are actually out there doing laps.
Yeah, some definitely some big names out there, and some guys we haven't seen in a long time starting to come back to the V8 with the release of Bathurst. So it's going to be interesting. I'd love to see the strength of field once we load up.
This will be Madison's last attempt to try and steal pole away from Muggo. Muggo's going to time it as always for that last 10 seconds to cross the line and try and pull some miraculous time out. The target time for the week is a 1:20.744 from Muggleton. That's what he's looking to beat.
Oh, so close though, isn't he, with his current PB, which is a 120.77, so there's nothing in it between these two guys.
Saying there before about how slow they are at the hairpin, down to 45 k's an hour. They'll be the slowest of any corner, I think, in the entire series. Can't think of anywhere else that'd be slower than that we go to.
No, there's. I'm trying to think of the corner. The only one that would probably even it's probably not that slow, and we've never used it, would be Long Beach.
Yeah, that'd be about the same speed, but obviously Long Beach will be a while before we use that track. This lap's look very nice from down. The checkered flag's out, so this is absolutely it for down. Will it be enough? Crosses the line. No. Not enough. So 7.97. Josh Muggleton will start this race from pole unless someone in the European service pulling out some miraculous freakish time. Okay, would have looked at that too and he realised that this pole position is all his now.
He's looking mighty clean on this lap.
Yeah, well, he knows at the moment that there's got it in the bag. There's nothing to really have to push too hard for.
Well, it's looked very, very good out of that final corner.
A little bit taily on the exit, as I'm talking about the exact opposite.
Doesn't improve a 20.906, so I think that's almost it. McLeod be one of the last drivers across the line. Won't improve a 21.6. And that's it. Session is done. Have a look at the qualifying results. Madison Down, Josh Muggleton did not improve on their times for the week. Richard Hampstead pulled out a pretty good lap there at the end. Just double checking to see if it's an improvement.
It was a slight improvement, I think. Very, very minute.
Yep, correct. Cloud didn't improve. Burke, Ford, Tarrant, Deliac, Nish, Hartley, Cattell, McMullen, Uren, Oliver, Abril and Barron, the 16 drivers who completed a lap. Sean Kelly, Lee Day, Dan O'Brien, Matthew Hill did not do a lap in that session that counted. Well, it's all come down to this, boys. 8 minutes away from the race. Cannot wait. Will be the best race we have seen.
I think the results of that quali session definitely show just how intense everything has been. Didn't really see a lot of guys improving too much because they're already going as hard as they can. It's going to be really intense.
It's going to be a great race. It should lead to an awesome result. It should lead to some really good racing up and down the field. Our last race at Alton Park was really interesting and made some really interesting racing because they get nice and close down those straights. And yeah, it's going to be an awesome race to watch.
Mr. Kernich asking the tough questions. The hairpin at Zandvoort possibly be about the same speed, I think. Maybe a little bit quicker. I think this one would be tighter.
Yeah, I think this one looks a lot tighter, and you've got to go in a lot more shallow. So I would say that this one would be slower, but yeah,
Be close.
Yeah, it'd be close. It'd definitely be close.
Well, we might take a quick break, go and get our breath, get organised, get ourselves ready. This is going to be epic. 2 points in it. And it's going to come right down to the wire. You're watching V8 Online's live coverage of the iRacing.com V8 Supercar Official Online Series. We'll be back shortly.
This is
like to get a word.
I'll go to you.
Welcome back to V8 Online's live coverage of the iRacing.com V8 Supercar Official Online Series, proudly presented by V8 Online Superstore, Direct Clutch Services, and our friends at V8 Supercars Fan Group. Jay Kennedy in the host chair for the final round, the finale. It's 2 points in it between Muggleton and Down, and it will be on tonight. Joining me is Daniel Bryant. G'day, Daniel.
G'day, Jay. Good to be here. Pretty pumped for this one. The qualifying was pretty awesome, to tell you the truth. So really pumped for this final race.
And Leo Gray's here as well. G'day, Leo.
Evening, Jay. Don't think we can ask for anything better than this tonight, can we? Two of the best, and whoever wins it wins the title. What more can you ask for?
Nah, that's exactly how we want a championship to be. We'll quickly, before we get into the race, I'll quickly talk about our announcements that we had spoken about before. Firstly, this will be my last official series race tonight as a commentator. So thanks to everyone for supporting V8 Online and supporting me and sending me messages and things like that. It's been really, really nice. So thank you. It's been 2 years of long, hard work, and handing the reins over. Leo's going to take over for me in the comm box. So I think I'm in pretty safe hands handing it over to Leo. So thank you, Leo.
Yeah, thanks for the work you've done, Jay, and also thanks for having me on board. Really looking forward to being a part of it for the future.
No worries, mate. Now, our other announcement, unfortunately, due to circumstances that we can't really help, we're not going to be able to broadcast the Grand Am series as of next season. So Thursday Night Grand Am will not be a broadcast series anymore, unfortunately. So sorry about that. But in good news, we have a new series starting broadcasting as of week one, next season round. Sunday night Proto GT Challenge. Exciting thing about that, 45 car grids, 3 classes of racing, and Daniel will be in the commentary box.
I will be in the commentary box for this one. I'm pretty excited. I was pretty tempted to go and race, to tell you the truth, but no, I'll commentate for this one. So yeah, 45 grid spot, fairly decent length races, and probably one of the best schedules, not bagging out your schedule at all, Jay. Probably one of the best schedules that I've seen for a series yet.
Yep,
so
I agree. It will be very, very fun.
Yeah.
Bathurst Week 3 will be a highlight for that one.
Oh, and that's an endurance round as well for it, which is
Correct.
Amazing.
I'm just about to get pictures through. So, yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't really help circumstances with Grand Am. We had a lot of issues in regards to getting someone to actually stream the races on Thursday night. So to answer questions, it will be Sunday evening, 7 p.m. Brisbane time, 8 p.m. Sydney, Melbourne Daylight Savings Time on a Sunday night. 3 cars are the HPD, the Chevy Corvette, and also the Ford GT. So they're the 3 cars in that series, which will be a very, very fun series. And you might see a few of the V8 Online commentators out on track.
Yeah, definitely. A few of the guys around the team and whatnot at the moment are starting to skin up their cars and get them ready to go. So yeah, it's going to be so good. Cannot wait for Proto GT Challenge to start and just really get involved. But just remember, even if you can't make a live view, you can catch up on YouTube anytime if you want. All the archives are there, everything that we've been doing. So if you ever want to catch up on something, head to our YouTube channel and give it a flick on.
Race preview is on screen at the moment. 36 laps, 127.4 kilometres. Pit lane speed limit will be important because we have seen in the early races during the week guys getting pit lane speed limit penalties, including Josh Muggleton, so you won't want that to happen tonight. Strength of field is 4,376. That'll be the top 4 or 5 guys where we're looking to see the front two guys in the championship finish to actually have an effect on it. Whilst it's coming down to 2 points, we might go to quickly look at the points once again. There's the points on screen. 2 points in it for first and second. Dave, Fabian, Callie and Alice still in the hunt for third. That one will come right down to the wire as well. We might go to... Sorry, go Leo.
No, I was just going to say, it's you can't ask for anything different to this, you know, like, it's going to be a simple thing to follow. Whichever one finishes ahead, Josh Michaelton or Madison Down is going to win the title.
Yeah, it's not...
Sorry, Daniel, just having a little bit of laugh at Brad in this server at the moment.
Here we go, the clown's out on the track.
He's out on the track, he's actually dressed his car up as a sheep.
Oh no.
Oh, he's just sitting on the track eating some grass, apparently. We might go to Brad, to Reese Garner in the pits.
My name's not Brad, Jay.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I'm sorry, mate.
Well, hello guys. What a race this is going to be. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. Mad v Margot, final round of the season, super close on points. They're teammates, and it's at Fulton Park, which is a brilliant piece of racetrack.
And I think it's set up very, very well for a good finale. You got any info from the pits, mate?
Well, we are going to have to pit this race. It's not going to be a sprint or a fuel saver. It is going to be a pit stop race. Although Matt Burgess over at Overclockers AU said to me in the text chat, Fabs will just have to fuel save, and he'll be right. But he did say that he would be feeding me some misinformation, so I do not trust you at all, Matt. I'm terribly sorry. And over at Lazy Man Racing, Dave Oliver changed to his setup from Oran Park and found a second. So he'll be running on a different setup for this race, and that's all the info that I've got, other than me starting the rumour mill. Brad Ryan to 4 Motorsports. He's getting on the drink a bit, so he'll fit right in. And Madison Down has been practicing dive bombing so much that he's been seen at the pool all week.
Oh, very nice, mate. Love your work. We'll go through the grid quickly. Muggleton Down, Callie, Day, Hampstead, Emerson, Fabian, McLeod, Alice, O'Brien, Orchard, Zerny, Hill, Ryan, Burke, Cattell, Niche, Ford, Hartley, McMullen, Uren, Chipaway, Abril, Barron, and Marty Atkins, the final driver on the grid. Let's get this underway, boys.
Yep, championship contenders 1 and 2, but there's 23 other drivers that want to spoil the party and win the race for themselves. Let's go racing. This is going to be awesome.
Here we go. Here we go, we're underway. Good start from Muggleton. Cut across in front of Down. And he'll lead into turn 1. We'll clean the back of the field. And Day's managed to get ahead.
Yeah, it was
Callie.
a mad scramble on the start line there. Let's see how they compress down into this tight little hairpin. You've got a lot of guys going to run defensive.
No collisions, no contact at the moment. Very clean, good work, boys. Very surprised at how clean the guys are being, especially in the back of the field, with how tightly it compresses into that hairpin.
Yeah, this track you will get a lot of speed up, but a lot of these corners are very, very slow. That hairpin, I believe, is actually the slowest corner on the V8 Supercar calendar right now. And Lee Day, speaking of him, is under a bit of pressure from Richard Hampstead at the moment.
Yeah, Richard definitely giving him a run through this track.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely got that move done there, nice and cleanly.
Good move. Now Kelly's going to try and take advantage here, get the drag down the straight. Day will move across, cut him off. Of course, Day and Kelly fighting for P3 in the championship. Oh, Kelly. Oh.
Just behind that, we've got Michael Fabian getting a lot of pressure from behind John Emerson. He had a bit of a moment leading into that final corner. Well, the first corner of the track, sorry. Look at how the field just compresses through that hairpin.
Go back to the front, Muggleton. Get 3 or 4 tenths up, on down.
Now Madison down very easy to spot tonight, running an inverted paint scheme on his Tats.com Falcon. Just make it a bit easier to separate, or make a quick reference between the two cars, I guess.
We asked the boys earlier in the week if one of them would like to do it, and Matt put his hand up straight away and said, yeah, I'll do it. Happy to do it.
Yeah, good on him to make life a bit easier for us up here.
Of course, Muggo, no stranger to a good old livery change. You could forget his crash test dummy livery a few seasons ago that he ran. I think that was at Indianapolis, a fluorescent yellow crash test dummy car. A little bit of a gap formed now between Hampstead and Day after that pass before. Hampstead still looking quite pacing. Day's doing a good job to keep up with him. Here comes Mitchell McLeod on O'Brien. No, that's out of it. That hairpin there, great chance to get a run for some of these guys. Trying to take advantage into the next chicane.
But there was a bit of an incident back in the pack actually. We were talking about how clean they've been, but there's at least 1 or 2 cars off there. Curtis Chipaway, one of them. Marty Atkins, another, I think.
Great to see Curtis back out on track. He's been away from the series for a long, long time. And no, it's nice and early Monday morning for Curtis to be on track. So good to see Curtis out there. Can-Am Motorsport.
Yeah, not the only international in the field tonight. Of course, we've also got a regular of ours, Tobias Cerny, currently running in P15, I believe. Just ahead of him, we've got Wayne Burke putting pressure on the sheep car of Brad Ryan. I think that one there will be making a lot of highlights reels with its very distinctive livery.
There's a bit of an in-joke at LMR between Brad and Sean Kelly because Sean Kelly is a Kiwi, and of course being Sean, this is Sean the Sheep. So that is Sean the Sheep on the bonnet of Brad Ryan's car. Now here comes Madison.
So Madison's been looking really strong under brakes.
That's closed up pretty tight, hasn't it? Madison down was just a shade over a tenth faster on that previous lap, and Richard Hampstead was also able to match Josh Muggleton's time.
Big hello to everyone that is watching. If you're watching for the first time live, big thank you. Our biggest numbers watching, something's happened to Matthew Hill.
Oh,
big moment.
careful,
Oh, side-by-side contact there. He lost that all by himself. He's lost it all by himself. Actually just clipped the curb and clipped the tie barrier at the right-handed section of the chicane, and it's just sent him off into the grass. All by himself, Hilly, and another night to forget, another week to forget here. He said he hasn't enjoyed this place all week.
And back to the front, fastest car on track that time was actually Richard Hampstead. So we might see this quickly become a 3-car battle.
And Dave's dropped off from Hampstead quite quickly the last 2 laps. So, but Downs closing right up behind Muggo at the chicane, and Hammers, he's ready to pounce. He's ready to take advantage.
See that he definitely closes up a lot under braking in those long brake zones there, including into the chicane. So it might be one of these cases where one's better at one part of the track than the other.
This is 6th and 7th, Michael Fabian, John Emerson. Emerson's looking quite pacey as well.
Just having a look there, and
Oh, good move.
very well done.
Good awareness from Fabian to know that he had no chance of cutting across there. Emerson was far enough in, and good move.
Yeah, still a long way to go, of course, and pit stops will change the dynamic of the race quite considerably. So a lot of different ways you can play this one.
The last lap around, Kelly, they were low lap times. Don't seem to show up. The guys visually look a bit closer at the moment than what they did the lap previous. Go back to the front. We can't get away from this battle. We'll be watching it all night. As you're aware, the 2 points in this championship, it's come down to this last race. 30 laps to go. Anything can and probably will happen.
Still got to throw a pit stop into this mix as well, yeah?
Yep.
What pit stop strategy do you think we're going to see from these Cats boys?
They'll both be in early, as will Hampstead. The only guy that'll run it really long, I think, will be John Emerson. As we were saying before, thank you to everyone that's watching. We have got our highest ever viewer numbers for a live race ever, so thank you for watching tonight, guys. Remember, next week we'll be live from Bathurst for Race of Champions, so make sure you tune in next week. Sunday and Monday, Race of Champions. We'll have more details on our Facebook page in the coming days about our broadcast times. It's Sunday, we'll have qualifying and a top 10 shootout. On Monday, we will have 61 lap race. That will be fantastic. Sean Kelly has blown an engine.
Wow. We've seen a bit of that in the build-up to this race, haven't we?
Sean Kelly's done it earlier in the week too, I believe. I think in the early race tonight he may have done it.
Heading into that hairpin there.
Yep.
Obviously just too big of an over-rev, and pop she goes.
Yep.
Very easy to do, and if you've got a sequential shifter, very easy to skip it down one too many gears and blow your engine in that corner. Nice little train starting to happen here a little bit further back with Tobias, Bo, Marlon and Rob Hartley.
Yeah, 12th through to 15th. These guys are doing quite well. There's a bit of an announcement there. Obviously looking at the cars, new livery. Plus Ernie joining Powerbond. Was not expecting that. Obviously the guys didn't want to tell us to update our overlays. Those Tobias has got the wrong team listed. Behind those guys.
Oh, looking back at the front now, Hampstead right on the back of town.
Yep.
There's plenty of dicing everywhere that you look on the track. You know, it's closing up at the front, but there's packs forming everywhere throughout this racetrack.
And Muggleton's look as though he's started to pull a little bit of a gap from down, but Hampstead's getting right up. He's going to be right in this battle very, very soon.
Definitely, and Lee Day hasn't let them get away. He's sitting back there, not too far off the pace.
No, I don't think we're too far away from pit stops either, boys.
Hampstead has consistently been the quickest car on the track, but Lee Day's times are, as you said there, certainly up there. He was quicker than Muggleton and Madison down that lap.
Definitely is.
Yeah, we can have a look on the screen now and see just how Richard Hampstead has been slowly closing that gap, just chipping away at it ever so slightly, and the end of the hairpin, he's pretty well there.
Yeah, you could almost give a little bit of a love tap to Madison now.
Yeah, definitely, and this is where it's going to get interesting for Madison, because he's going to need to maintain the speed to stick with Muggleton and also defend a position from Richard Hampstead.
Also looking at the comparison myself between Muggleton and Hampstead, there hasn't been as big a gain there is between Down and Hampstead. So you can see visually on screen how big the gap now is between Muggleton and Down. It's about a second now. But Hampstead is right on the tail of Madison Down. There's the comparison I was just talking about. So not anywhere near as big a gain. A little bit of a gain, but not a massive amount as we're seeing in comparison to Madison.
Oh, we've got our first pit stop for the night.
Mad's in. On the screen, the pit stop time will tell us how long this stop will be.
I think that was a good move by Madison to get himself into the lane there before he got under too much pressure from Hammer.
Yep.
Exactly, he was losing time trying to defend his position. Smartest thing he could have done then was to pull it in and get a few tyres on it and get out of all that action. So we're interested to see what Muggleton does in reply this lap round.
Burke, Ford, Matthew Hill also in. So Down's out, 12.6 second stop. That's a short stop. He maybe going to try and push the envelope here on fuel, or only taken 2 tyres or no tyres, obviously.
Ooh, back up the front. Looks like Muggleton is actually sliding a bit through that chicane on the way in. It'll be interesting to see what his tactic is going to be, whether he's going to file into the lane on this lap or whether he'll stay out.
Has to pit this lap, Muggleton.
Yeah.
Obviously trying to push them as much as he can out of this car to make this lap count. It pits in and
hearing rumours that Madison may have overshot his pit stall and had to back it up. Not 100% sure if that's true, but Muggo's in. You've got to pull this up. You got a penalty in the early race for not having it slowed down enough at the line.
Hampstead stays out through to the lead. Muggleton going to be hoping for a mistake-free pit stop.
Fabian and O'Brien also in the lane. McMullen also in.
let's have a look at Madison.
You ran in.
It's coming around now.
A 15.4 second stop for Muggleton, so a longer stop for Muggo, but he must have taken tyres.
It's going to be really close.
Oh, big gap for Muggleton.
Yeah, it seems like what we were talking about with Down overshooting his pit box, something like that has to have happened, because if his pit stop was as quick as it was, he shouldn't have lost that much time.
It was a 3 second quicker stop, but he's lost, well, effectively lost a second and a half on the road. This makes sense. He'd have to have overshot his pit stop.
Definitely.
This is probably what he made some quick adjustments in that pit stop and decided maybe not to go with the full set, just to get the car back out there.
The Hampstead now leads this race. Coming around the final corner, will he pit this lap? No, he's going to continue on. So he's going to try and push this stint along and come home strong at the end.
Well, something else to note is Josh Muggleton he's actually caught traffic. So even though he's got a bit of a gap behind himself to Madison Down, he's now got onto the back of a train of cars. So he's making his way through now, but at risk of getting held up and perhaps losing the race lead to Hammer once... The
thing that Muggo needs to keep in his head, keep cool at this point, is he doesn't have to win this race. He just has to battle that white and blue car that's behind him at the moment. That's all he needs to do. Hard to do when you're racing and wanting to win though.
Got a lot of other guys have pitted. Yeah, sorry there. Daniel, carry on.
I think it might have been me talking. Yeah, I think Sokatel may have had a penalty there. Leaving the pit lane. He's come in.
Richard Hampstead in the pits.
Yeah, here we go. This is where it's all going to come down to.
He almost hit the wall there coming in.
That was close.
Very, very close.
Lee Day also following him in.
Should see if we can get our director just to jump on board there with Muggo and see how close this is going to be as they're coming back out.
Will Hampstead try and short fill here and maybe get a jump? Still filling. 10.4
Margo
second
coming
stop
around
for
now.
Hampstead. Going to be close.
Bit of traffic in front of him. Here we go. This is going to be the battle right here. Look at this, side by side. Richard just gets the jump. It's Jonathan struggles to get grip there.
So, this changes quite a lot. Hampstead gets the jump on down with the longer pit stop as well. He's had the longest pit stop out of these guys. Oh, he's all crossed up into the hairpin.
Now there's a few cars now between Muggo and Madison, so Muggo just needs to take it easy to get the lap times in.
While this is all going on, John Emerson is the race leader. As I said before, I don't think he'll pit. I think he'll stay out as long as he can. Try and come home strong at the end. Dale Niche now in the lane, so a few guys left to pit. I think 5 guys left to make their pit stop. McLeod also in the lane now. So Brad Ryan, Matthew Barron, Curtis Chipaway and John Emerson yet to make their stops. Looking back through the field, watching Curtis Chipaway doing a good job to get out of the way of both Down and Hampstead. A bit of sportsmanship there. Something's happened to Bias. Bias back in the lane for another stop as we go to Reece Gardner in the pits. Got some info for us for Astro Gaming headsets.
Yeah, guys, I have got a little bit of information on quite a few fronts, actually. Over at TTR, the team were in good spirits before the race, but of course they are really, really quiet. TTR Spy Guy, who is back for this race, told me that even Lee Ellis is not talking to himself as much as usual. And over at Overclockers AU, Michael Fabian is being told to take it easy on his rear tyres. He did have some traction issues earlier on in the race. And over at Lazy Man Racing, Dave Oliver, who we were talking about in qualifying, I believe, missed the race because of a PC issue. So that's a very unfortunate circumstances for Dave Oliver. And I've also been told that Sean Kelly painted Brad Ryan's skin.
I figured as much because Sean is a very good painter. It's John Emerson in the lane, so that surprised me a little. He will give up the race lead too.
And
Brad Ryan in the
leads.
lead. Sean the Sheep is leading this race.
He's Sean the Sheep. He's Sean the Sheep.
Please don't. If anyone
Now-
was lucky enough to be racing Saturday night NASCAR, they would have heard my singing on Saturday night. That was enough for everyone.
We need to start broadcasting that, Jared.
No, we don't. Actually, it was
Yes.
recorded too. That's the worst bit. I'm scared of where that's going to come out. Squiz has had a bit of an incident. Matthew Barron. Want to get out of the way?
Yeah, Barron currently running 5th on the road, but of course still to make a pit stop.
Oh, all crossed up. Lee Day, he's in a bad spot to try and get this move done.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting view from the front of Lee Day at the moment. Really see how Matthew Barron is struggling to put the power down out of the corner.
Yeah, he'll have to pit pretty soon, I think. Barron, he's just slowing down to let Day through. Just talking about Brad Ryan as well. Brad Ryan's 50th broadcast time slot start. One of the few guys that have actually started 50 broadcast races. Not many guys have done that.
Quick. He's been around for that long, has he?
He has, and he's only had one podium, and we'll keep reminding him of it, that one race that he actually did alright.
Yeah, only one podium.
One podium in his lifetime. Oh, McLeod get a run on Ford here. Tuck back in behind McLeod.
Yeah, just wanted to touch on some of the guys that Reese mentioned in his pit report. Michael Fabian running in P10, Lee Ellis position 11. Those guys are having a nice little scrap at the moment. Fabian currently holding the last spot in the top 10. Not getting away from Lee Ellis at the moment, it seems.
Brad Ryan, the 13th driver to start 50 broadcast races. Next on the list to make that milestone will be either Cal Watmore or Mitch Averill. There you go, there's your trivia for the night. Mitchell McLeod, guy that probably shouldn't be out on track, he's hopeless. Former champion, believe it or not, this guy is hopeless.
I know. But we will really kind of drill in that fact that he was a former champion.
That was, what, 7 years ago, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much when I think he first started the very first broadcast, he was a
I think it was
champion.
just, yeah, former champion in our first season. He's done nothing since.
Exactly. When there was no one really important racing. And, yeah, this, I don't even know how he's still up in the top split.
Just in response to Ben Downs in the chat. We don't need to remember that. Brad reminds us all enough of the internet issues that he may have even won the race at Phillip Island a few seasons ago. He was doing that well, so Brad's been reminding us, don't worry. And we rub it in too.
Hey, back at the front, you've got Richard Hampstead now. Well, the field's sort of cleansed. Josh Muggleton running P1, Hampstead P2, but he's putting in some quick lap times at the moment. They crossed the stripe another time and actually closing the gap by about half a second time round.
Who's this now in the lane?
This will be interesting if Hampstead gets on the back of Muggleton and really starts being quite aggressive. It would be in Muggleton's best interest just to let him have the position.
That's right.
That's hard to do with Pride.
Barron will come out of the pits, just watching him. He'll come out just behind Bocatel.
That little scrap we mentioned before between Michael Fabian and Lee Ellis is about to turn into a three-car battle because those two guys, fighting as hard as they are about to round up Dean O'Brien.
Fabian with a bit of a look up the inside. O'Brien will have to know he's there now. And Ellis almost a little bit of a love tap.
The thing I love about three-car battles like that is you can't really tell, is he having a look at the car in front or defending the car behind, or is it maybe a bit of both?
Curtis Chipaway, the last driver to hit lane, other than Brad Ryan. I got a feeling Brad will just give up and put it in the fence anyway.
Saying Brad Ryan's a quitter.
You saw him at Bathurst, mate?
Yeah.
There's something may have happened with Chipaway in the stop, but may have got a speeding and pit lane penalty. So this battle between O'Brien, Fabian and Alice. Good, look at how close it's got now. Watching up the front as well. Muggleton, about 2-second gap back to Hampstead. Got a massive gap back to Madison Down.
And Madison really struggling with the pace. We've seen maybe a race that are on our factors done a bit of the damage to him come back to our racing.
We were having a bit of a joke when we were in the chat, or having a chat before we went live, and he said he's done no race pace practice at all this week. So all of his practice has been qualifying spec. And maybe that's really hurting Matt at the moment.
Well, he's about to come under pressure from Lee Day by the looks of things. But I think what that highlights, though, is not so much the pace he's carrying at the moment, it's just how quick Richard Hampstead is, because Madison was only 1/10 of a second slower than Josh Muggleton that lap. But Hammer, once again, nearly half a second quicker. So he's carrying a lot of speed right now, and he's closed that gap to the front down to about a second right now as we speak.
Just having a look on screen at the comparison between Madison Down and Lee Day. Look at the time gains. Day is pulling in a lot of time. Up 16, they're 4/10. So obviously something's not right. Madison's not comfortable in this car tonight. "20 laps in on this 36-lap race. And gains and losses. Muggleton, of course, still in his starting position. Hampstead gaining a few. Brad Ryan yet to pit, so his number's a little bit skewed at +11. Alan McMullen, the real big gain out of this. +8 spots. Scott Uren +7. Mitch McLeod down 5. And Sean Kelly over the page. Tobias Zerny, two guys that have lost out big time tonight. Unfortunately for both those guys.
I think that Brad Ryan might just trying to maximise his TV time with that.
That battle we were watching before, Michael Fabian's now managed to get ahead of Dean O'Brien. Lee Ellis will be now looking to get this position.
I think that with the way that fight was going, we should see Michael Fabian pull away from Dean O'Brien. And just moving up the field a little bit further, as we mentioned before, Lee Day is currently right on the back of Madison Down. Looks like he's definitely got some pace over the Tats.com Falcon. This isn't what we're used to seeing from Madison Down. He doesn't look comfortable in the car at all, and he's coming under massive pressure.
He's definitely struggling, and he can't afford to keep going further back in the field. He's pretty much out of shot now to even get back at Josh Muggleton unless something happens between him and Richard. And to fall back another position for Lee Day is definitely not going to bode well for him.
Look at the difference coming into this corner with the slight little kink as you come under brakes. Guys take really different lines. Look at how wide Madison is there and how shallow Lee Day is, and he's going to get a good run here too.
I think this chicane's going to be telling as well. It seemed like Madison was able to brake a little bit earlier, but he's just not carrying speed through the middle of the corner like the V8 Supercar fan group Falcon is.
Interesting here, what will Muggleton do with Hampstead right up behind him? Will he let Hammer go and just hold on for that second position and actually seal the championship that way, or will he push for the win, battle as hard as he can?
Lap time's really similar after the last lap around.
Well, with the way that this championship fight is, there's nothing about mathematics or finishing in a certain spot, so in a way Josh Muggleton's actually got a bit of pressure off him, it would seem. The way that Madison Down is performing right now, Muggleton's able to just concentrate on his own race and deal with Hammer in whichever way he sees fit.
It could actually be good for Muggleton to have Hammer behind you, because it's going to put him a little bit more focused, make sure that he's not going to make a mistake.
That kind of run comes for that hairpin on Madison.
Day looks very, very good. And John Emerson now starting to close up in this battle too, so we could have a massive battle between Down, Day and Emerson.
I've got to say, Lee Day obviously didn't get a really strong start to this race, but once he found his rhythm, he's been doing some really consistent lap times, so it would be interesting to see how he went if he just fixed up his best start just a little bit.
Speaking of consistent lap times, look at those last few lap times from John Emerson. 22.3, 22.3, 22.3. You compare that down to 22.8, 23.0, and a 22.8. Downs is really struggling here.
Yeah, well, Emerson's actually running faster than the leaders at the moment, so definitely
big mistake from
coming
Down.
through.
All crossed up into turn 1, and look at the run Day's got here into turn 2 and 3.
He's done that. I think that's the second time we've seen him do that now. Just not getting a really good turn into turn 1.
Oh, and he's a little bit wide again at the hairpin, and Days, is he going to run? No, can't get the power down. Go back to the front. Look at how close this has got. Muggleton and Hampstead separated by half a second. We'll have 12 laps to go when they cross the line. 2/3 of the way through this race.
Richard's looking a lot cleaner through these corners than what Muggo is.
Right on board, around Alton Park on board, Richard Hampstead following Josh Muggleton. Battle for the championship, coming right down to the wire. A little bit of a moment there for Hampstead coming over the bump at the start-finish line. That's a lap on board. Alton Park Island Circuits. Very all crossed up. You won't want to do that too often.
Definitely not. I think we're going to need to start attaching heart rate monitors for these guys to watch that beat and see his heart was going through his chest. Oh, bit of a spin right in front of him as well.
Mitch Abril backs it up to get out of the way. Brad Ryan's made his pit stop. Fastest pit stop of the lot. Look at Mitch Abril having a little bit of an incident there. Locks it up. The hairpin actually gets it out on the grass and it's all over. He does a good job to pull it up. Then back it up to get out of the way. That was very, very clever.
Hampstead's looking really close into this final corner.
Alright, we've got 10 laps to go this time through. Josh Muggleton still leads from Richard Hampstead. Madison Down running P3, not enough to secure a title at this point. Big
Hampstead.
pressure for all of them.
Oh, I didn't think he was going to pull that up.
Oh, it's tough, isn't it?
The drivers out on track that are having internet issues as well. Lee Day, not Madison Down, believe it or not. I don't know what Muggo should do here. Should he just go, here you go Hammer, have the spot, I'll just follow you home, or does he fight and actually try and win this race?
Hammer's looking quite aggressive. He definitely seems to have more tyre grip than what what Muggo does. Muggo seems to be struggling on the coming out of some of these corners.
It's all very true, but keep in mind that they've got nearly a 10-second gap over Madison Down, so I'd almost suspect Josh Muggleton to try and push, claim the championship with a race win as well, go for the glory of it all because he's got that buffer at the moment.
Oh, geez, he's pushing it right on the limit. He's wheeling the grass there. He doesn't want to throw it away now. This will be 9 laps to go when he crosses the line. Nine to go. The line, it's Muggleton from Hampstead, Down, Day and Emerson. So the way Lee Day's travelling at the moment, he should pick up third in the championship, but it's going to be close. Hampstead's got a good run here. Hard to pass though. We'll try and get a good run into the hairpin up ahead. Not much time to do it, not much of a chance to get the power down, but wow, sideways from Hampstead. And Muggo's all crossed up.
Look at him moving under brakes, both cars squirming all over the road. Pats.com Falcon still holds the ground and up towards the chicane for another time. I love the way the cars flow up the hill here and then bank back towards the left in preparation for that next right-hander coming up. It's an awesome piece of road.
Go to Reese Gardner in the pits. G'day, Reese.
Yeah, guys, I've got another small little snippet of information, this time about Michael Fabian once again. Looking at the battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th, we've got Madison Down, Lee Day and John Emerson battling very hard. Emerson coming into play there. But Michael Fabian is being told that if he takes it easy, who knows what might happen with these guys battling for 3rd place. Michael Fabian might be closing up to them pretty soon. Who knows?
8 laps to go. We've got a special guest joining us in the commentary box for a little moment. Justin Ruggio. G'day, Justin.
Hey boys, how are you?
Good, mate. How's the injury going?
The injury's going alright. Just watching this is more painful, I think.
It's unbelievable to watch. Great racing.
Richard looks like he's got some pace.
Apparently he's been very, very quick all week. Just hadn't been able to transform that into a qualifying time. So not quite enough in qual to actually take the lead.
You'd be pretty shattered if you Justin that you're not out there with these boys. Could have gone for a three-way.
Yeah, that was the main goal, wasn't it? This season was to be out there battling with these guys and 2 hands on the trophy, but it wasn't to be, unfortunately.
More determined for next season, mate.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. I'll make sure. Hopefully, I'll be race fit in sort of mid-November, early December, and I'll be able to get back on it.
Hampstead's using all the road, isn't he?
Definitely. You can see, even through these corners, he's definitely taking a more cleaner line than what Muggo is.
Good to see some emails coming in. G'day, Colin. Not much furniture in your little room there, mate, but good to see you watching. One of our biggest supporters, Colin Boyd.
This is definitely going on Facebook so the world can see it, Colin.
Guys, back on the track, these two fights have just continued to be as intense as you can ask for. Hampstead's still putting massive pressure on Josh Muggleton, and behind that 3-car train that Madison Down is leading. Oh, big wiggle from Down. That's not going to change anytime soon. Either the pressure is not going to be let up. This one's going to go all the way down to the flag, I think. Oh, Lee Day is pushing as hard as he can ask for. That V8 Supercar Fan Group Falcon certainly all of the road.
Dustin, you must be pretty proud of your teammate Lee Day. Looking like he'll pick up 3rd in the championship the way he's going here.
He's doing really, really well. I've just Wish I could talk to him, mate, to tell him just to throw it in there, but he's got nothing to lose, mate. Just it's been really, really close on a few occasions, but he's just been a bit conservative. But I suppose if he can get third, mate, it's probably the best decision he's making at the moment.
He's doing really well, so you're actually in pretty good stead with your team for next season. So you and Lee might be a pretty formidable force next season, fingers crossed.
Yeah, there'll be some announcements coming up, but I know, I think we're going to have a really strong team next season. But yeah, like you said, mate, Lee's doing really, really well, mate. So hopefully we might have a look here, I'm not sure. A bit too far away, but...
Looks like Hampstead has used all his tyres. The gap now starting to stretch between Muggleton and Hampstead. And Hampstead not really looking as stable in the car as he was before. He's lost a lot of time there.
Yeah, those curbs will really hurt, won't they?
Yep, big mistake. Too much curb, and look at the time. It's cost him over a second, that one little incident. Or almost a second, I should say.
Yeah, well, we know how tight everything is at the front of this field. You can't afford any mistakes, and as I said, I think Josh Monken's doing a fantastic job with holding all that pressure. He's doing exactly what he needs to be doing right now, just driving it straight and clean. And
oh, we've got a sheep off in the grass. In the grass, and someone coming.
yes, there it is.
Coming round it up.
That's where it belongs, though, isn't it? On the grass.
Oh, we go to Reese in the pits. You got some info for us?
Yeah, guys, had a bit of a talk to Matt Burgess at Overclockers AU once again, and he says that the goal was to get Michael Fabian P3 in the championship. He has to pass Lee Day or finish ahead of him, and he needs 250 points or something like that to be 17 points ahead of Day. It's looking, the chances are looking a little more slim as the race goes on, but we'll see what happens. Also got another thing to add to the rumour mill, thanks to Dave Oliver over at Lazy Man Racing. Justin Ruggier was spotted wearing a Lotus hat, possibly taking Kimi Raikkonen's seat at Lotus next year.
Justin always wears a Lotus hat. If ever you've met him, he's always wearing a Lotus hat. I think you've got about 20 of them,
Ferrari, mate.
Oh, Ferrari this week.
Wow.
Ferrari when Kimi goes there.
4 laps to go for Muggleton now. 7 tenths ahead of Hampstead. Once again, a big thank you to everyone's watching, especially if you're watching for the first time live. The biggest ever viewer numbers in a broadcast, so thank you for watching. Been a fantastic season. Next season, we cannot wait. As we said, next week, next Sunday and Monday nights, Race of Champions, Mount Panorama Bathurst. Cannot wait.
Don't really need to say much about it at all, do you? Just
That's it.
Bathurst
Mount Panorama.
time.
V8 Supercars, Sunday and Monday night, Mount Panorama.
Can't believe
Yeah.
I'm going to miss that.
Might have to come up and guest commentate with us, mate. Yep, back at the front, back to 3 tenths between Muggleton and Hampstead again.
He's there now,
Oh.
isn't he?
Oh.
It's not been this close throughout any stretch towards the end of this race. So he's going to have 3 laps now to put pressure on Josh Muggleton for the race win. It's not going to be easy though.
Oh, he's
But-
going to have a look. Oh, just pulls that up.
Hampstead's got some really good pace now.
Definitely.
Oh, he's made a mistake though. He's run very wide.
You can definitely see from this shot the way how tidy Hampstead's car looks through these corners.
Hampstead looks good in this section of the track, coming back into that last section. The double right-handers, that's where Muggleton looks pretty good.
Have a look out the front of Richard Hampstead's car. This will give us a fantastic view of exactly how Josh Muggleton's Tats.com Falcon is performing. We ride up over this crest here.
It's Good to
moment, take a little bit of dirt on the left. And back for this double apex right-hander. A tricky little lap, isn't it?
There's no chance to get your breath here. There's no straights at all on this track. The longest straight you actually when you're on the brake the most.
Did you see how Muggleton got loose heading through that last corner there? 2 to go.
Be the longest 2 laps of Muggo's life. Madison Down still holding on to 3rd position from Lee Day. John Emerson's dropped a little bit off that pack. Not much, he's still there to pounce though if there's a mistake between Day and Down. You can hear Justin almost saying, just throw it in there, just dive it.
I want to see Muggo win this.
I think most people do, as much as we all love Madison. A lap and a corner to go now for Muggleton. Last lap when he crosses the line. Hampstead still close enough to pounce on either a mistake or make a move.
This is the last. He's got to get this done.
Oh,
He's
how
coming to the
close
corner.
is he?
It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to try and move this hairpin. He's definitely got a good run.
He'll try and get right up close. No, he's made another mistake.
Blows it up big time under brakes, doesn't he, Hammer?
Really good under brakes there.
So here we go, up to the chicane for the final time. Muggleton still leading over Richard Hampstead and in position to take his first ever iRacing V8 Supercar title. Going to be a fantastic drive.
We thoroughly deserved for Muggo. He's worked really, really hard to get to this point. Been so close many times before. It took a long time for him to even crack the race win. Finally did it a couple of seasons ago. Worked harder and harder to try and get up to the point he is now. 1 corner away from a championship win. Hampstead's not close enough to make any difference now. And Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship. Josh Muggleton, champion, Season 3, 2013.
Brilliant drive. Madison Down completes the podium, holding off the 3rd position. Lee Day going to cross the line in 4th. John Emerson has had a problem on that last lap. It seems like he might have had a bit of a fuel issue. Still struggling there, it seems. But what a race, guys.
Great drive from Richard Hampstead there for 2nd position. But congratulations, Josh Muggleton. Well done. Thoroughly deserved championship.
That was an awesome fight. Both of them, Muggleton on Hampstead, that fight for 3rd with Madison Down. Fantastic job he did to hold on, but what a drive by Josh Muggleton. Now here he is on screen now, that Tats.com Falcon. First championship for Josh Muggleton. He's got to be absolutely over the moon with that one.
Good to see everyone very professional too in that race. Very clean racing and very tough competition. It was great to watch.
I should have to say that was probably one of the cleanest races we've seen almost through all of V8 Online. Plus it would have definitely been the cleanest race we've ever seen at Alton Park.
Oh, without a doubt. Here we go. This is the moment he's been waiting for. Burnouts, donuts, victory and a championship win. Well done, Josh Muggleton. Fantastic drive tonight. Fantastic drive all season.
Take it in, Josh. Enjoy yourself out there. He's deserved it, hasn't he? It wasn't easy. He's had a trying couple of weeks when it comes to the title. And, geez, going into this race, it was the closest fight that we've ever seen in iRacing V8 Supercar history. And a fantastic job by Josh Muggleton to hang on. That's got to be one of the best title fights we've ever seen, guys.
Yeah, I think that'll be the closest championship in almost any series in iRacing. I don't think I've seen championships come down to 2 points at the end.
A single position, you know, like it's.
Yep.
It didn't matter where they finished, you know. As long as he was in front, and what a drive, and to do it in style, taking out the race win as well, still celebrating, hits the wall
Will
a bit.
Davison.
Yep. Oh, he's got to be loving it.
He'll do this until there's no fuel left in that car. But tyres will go pop. Well done to Madison down P2 in the championship. Also, congratulations to Lee Day. He will pick up third in the championship. Just waiting for points to confirm. Excuse me, in the next couple of minutes. What we can gather, working out our maths, that should be the 1, 2, 3. Madison down. Looks like he's out of fuel. Getting a bit of a push along from teammate Lee Ellis.
No!
Maybe not.
I don't know if that was supposed to happen.
Oh, I don't think that was supposed to be what the team photo was about. Okay, through the race results after that fantastic finale tonight. Muggleton wins from Richard Hampstead, Madison down. Lee Day, John Emerson, Michael Fabian, Lee Ellis, Dean O'Brien, Tony Ortridge, Marlon McMullen, Mitchell McLeod, Scott Uren, Wayne C. Burke, Matthew Hill, Ian Ford, Bo Cattell, Marty Atkins, Rob Hartley, Curtis Chipaway, Spice Zerny, Matthew Barron, Brad Ryan, Mitch Abril, Dale Nish, and Sean Kelly. What a finale. Fantastic end of the season.
I don't think we could have asked for anything, or we wouldn't have got anything better even if we had asked for it. You know, it was
Correct.
It was a perfect fight. The two best guys down to the last race, and yeah, what a way to settle the title.
We're just waiting for a few of the guys to come in. We might go to Richard Hampstead while we're waiting. Well done, Hammer. You put a lot of pressure on Muggo there, but just couldn't quite crack him.
Yeah, cheers. Well, first I've got to say a huge congratulations to Muggo. He drove stunningly tonight, didn't make any mistakes. So yeah, I couldn't find my way through there, but yeah, he's just driven fantastically all season. So absolutely deserves to win this championship, and well done to him for doing it.
He's here now. We might as well, talk to him. Well done, Muggo. Finally, mate. Well done.
Finally. How good is that?
Love you, Muggo. Congratulations, Josh Muggleton. You are an iRacing V8 Supercar champion.
Oh, thank you. That's quite a relief. It's been a big season. Worked really hard for it this season, so yeah, really pumped to come away with the win and the championship. So yeah, that's awesome.
How nerve-wracking was those last couple of laps there, mate?
It wasn't too bad. I knew Hammer wasn't going to do anything silly to jeopardise the championship, and I also knew that Madison was a fair bit behind, so I could just let him go if it came to it. So I didn't want to win the championship coming second. I wanted to win it on the top step of the podium. So yeah, I knew if I could keep him behind for long enough, his tyres would start to go off, and he'd lose a bit of grip. So I just tried to keep mine as straight as I could and focus on my exits, and it worked out.
Is that the hardest you've ever worked leading up to a race this week? This race this week?
Yeah, I think so. Just because I knew there was so much on the line. I mean, I knew I had to get pole. I knew I had to get the start. I knew I had to pit first, which didn't work out. But luckily, Madison ran into the wall or something, I think. But yeah, lots of pressure, and to be the best, you got to beat the best. And Madison's won it 7 times, so I knew I was up against it. And yeah, well done to him for an awesome season, and all the guys at TTR. And I just want to thank Tats.com and Sim Instruments and Hyper Stimulator for all their support, because they've been awesome and been behind me for a few years now. So yeah, it's good to pay them back.
And you better thank Muggo Nation.
And Muggo Nation, all the fans out there, yeah. Knows I better.
You had a lot of support tonight, mate. A lot of people supporting you and cheering you on. So well done, mate. Thoroughly deserved. Well done.
Thank you, and thanks to all those supporters out there. Yeah, you're right. It's been really cool to hear all that and people behind you. So yeah, thank you again.
We'll get Madison's just coming in now. So Madison down third place, second in the championship. Well done, mate. Not quite enough for Muggo.
Yeah, was that directed at me?
Was, mate,
just jumped in, but yeah, top job for Josh Muggleton there. He's won the most races this season. He's been consistently the form driver, and awesome for him to get his first championship. Obviously, it pains me to come second in this one, but he drove brilliantly tonight under a huge amount of pressure. So too good. Well done, Muggo. Awesome drive.
Bit disappointed to finish second, but or you're okay with second?
Oh, I mean, every other time I've come into the final round, I've actually won the championship. So I was waiting for the time where that didn't quite happen. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great season anyway. It's been so close. I've really enjoyed battling for all the wins that I have got, and even the ones where I didn't win, got second there behind Muggo. It's been awesome fun. But I do have to shout out tats.com for letting us change the livery tonight to make it easier for viewers. It didn't end up even being the case that we raced side by side, but massive thanks to tats.com for letting us do that. I know it's not an easy thing to do, and as always, thanks to Hyperstimulator as well.
Oh, well done, Matt. Congratulations on a really good season. Second is definitely nothing to be sad about, so well done, mate.
Thanks, Jay.
Go to next. We might go to we'll go to Brad Ryan, who had the best livery out there tonight. Brad, that was hilarious, mate.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, eh?
Did you go out and eat some grass at the end of the race? Is that what your plan was?
Yeah, I pretty much just put a couple of litres of fuel in and just decided to kick back and watch the last bit of the race on the stream. So I never intended to finish the race.
I didn't think you would have. Now, rumours surrounding you for next season. Where are you moving to, mate? Can you announce it now or not?
Probably. I'm going
well,
to nowhere.
The rumours are that you're going to 4 Motorsport to be drunk with Mitchell.
Yeah, the team of nobodies and has-beens.
I can probably say it now, but I'm taking Muggo's seat. He hasn't done much, but so yeah.
Mate, I was going to say that. Oh, taking it off me.
That's why I'm taking your seat.
Good fun having you out on track, Brad. You're always entertaining, to say the least. But you do need to work on your I-rating because you'll nearly miss out next season if you don't start having a go.
Yeah, I'll just go and have a few more races with Mitch, and we should go back to rookie racing.
We'll go to Dean O'Brien next. Dean, interesting race for you. 8th place tonight, mate. Good battle you had, though, with Michael and also Lee as well there, mate.
Yeah, this track was pretty tough for me this week. I didn't quite get it as decent as what I thought it would be, but come home with a strong top 10 and top 10 in the championship as well, so I was pretty stoked with that.
Any changes for you for next season? Any rumours circling your team?
No, staying where I am at the minute. Pretty happy with how we're going and all that sort of stuff, so staying put for now.
Any extras coming along to your team that we might not see coming? We can't say yet?
Maybe not. I'm not too sure, to be honest, at the minute. So
playing his cards to his chest, I like it.
I guess you'll find out later.
Well done, mate. Good drive. Great drive all season. Well done. Congratulations on top 10.
Cheers. Well done,
We'll go to Lee Ellis next. Lee, good battle you had, as I just said to Dean there. Great battle you had all race.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I probably should have been higher in quali, but again, screwed up the last turn. And no qualities could do it any better. But it was a good race. I had fun. Made a hash of the starters, as one of our TTR cars had to. So yeah, it was a good race. I had fun. Sweaty, but fun.
No comment. No comment. But we might keep moving on. We'll go to Marlon McMullen. Marlon, interesting race for you. You've worked your way through the field, getting into the top 10 at the end, mate.
Yeah, I was started 20th and finished 10th. I mean, that's quite a big achievement. Not exactly where I want to be qualifying. I mean, who knows what I can do if I qualify further up the order? But you know, you get dealt your cards in life and just put up with it. So you know, we started off the race. I had a plan last night. If I started from the rear to see how many people I could get on the outside of the first few corners, I think that worked pretty well. And then slowly, you know, picked them off one by one and came in early and just ran my own race. Really, it's a bit quiet, but other than that, in the pit stop, I short fueled a little bit to sort of jump myself up the order. So I was fuel saving for about 20 laps after my pit stop.
Now, where did you end up in the championship, mate? You just outside the top 10? 13?
I finished 13th, unfortunately. I mean, it's exactly where I finished last season, but it's none worse, none better, so I'll take it.
Score more points than last season is probably the most important thing.
I'd love to tell you, but I honestly don't know off the top of my head, mate.
Look, I'll have to look that up now. Seems I'm a stats nerd. I'll have to go and look it up. Thanks.
You are.
Well done, mate. Another good season, and we'll no doubt talk to you next week. We'll go to Scott Uren next. Scotty, interesting race for you, mate.
Yeah, a bit similar to Marlins as well. Not the ideal starting position, quite disappointed with it actually, but after being in an unfortunate spot in the first race, I was just happy to bring it home and make some progress.
A bit of rumour circulating about your position next season. Were any truth to the rumour that you may be heading to TTL or TTR?
Not at the moment. I'm looking forward to next season, but I don't have anything signed up, as you might say, at the moment. But yeah, I'm keen to get started next season and use what I've learned this season.
Well, looking forward to it, mate. Good to see you out on track. Good to have you back over here racing again. We've missed you.
Thanks, guys, and good broadcast as well. You guys are putting on a good show, and there's lots and lots of viewers here.
Yeah, been a good season. We'll go to Sean Kelly next. Sean, now, firstly, why did you paint Brad's car like that?
Oh, hey, guys. Yeah, had a little quest a couple of months ago, and I don't know, it just sort of happened, so yeah.
Now, obviously a disappointing night for you blowing up that engine.
It's alright, doesn't matter. Had a great season, so yeah, huge congrats to Muggo. He's drove an awesome season, and for Madison to take the fight to him, so yeah, it's great to see. And
plans for you for next season, staying where you are and not moving on, or?
No, not moving on.
No, good. Well, you'll probably enjoy having a season away from Brad.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'll catch up with him plenty for sure, but I'll probably take a little bit of break next season and come back early next year. And yeah, I've been struggling the last few months, so yeah, we'll just take it as it goes, and no doubt turn up to Bathurst next month or whatever. And yeah, next year we'll come back and see where we slot in.
Oh, well done on a great season, mate. And Tobias Zerny next. Tobias, interesting change team announcement for you before the race. We didn't even know about it. Well done, mate.
Yeah. Quite surprised, huh?
Yeah, well, we'd heard rumours circulating that was happening, but we didn't know it was official yet.
Yeah, no, it's official. We're racing for Power 1 next season.
Oh, well done, mate. Good pick up for those guys, having you along.
Yeah, unfortunately the race didn't wait as good as I thought. Well, my excuse is I wanted to say my pit stop crew goodbye, so I came in for a second time.
Disappointing end of the season, but a great drive from you all season. You've been there or thereabouts all season, top 15 for you. I'm pretty sure you'll be pretty happy with that, especially only international in the top 25.
Yeah, this was my goal, to get into top 20 again. Now it's P15 again. Last season was P12, but as long as I'm top split and top 20, it's all fine.
Oh, well done, mate, on a good season. We'll go to Matthew Barron next. Squizzer, were you even out there? Oh, you were.
Yeah,
I know you were out there. I'm just staring. Obviously
pit crew.
Tonight was just practice for next week, I'm guessing.
Yeah, a little bit, and got to work out my pit stops and get a new pit crew. Might have to get Corey's pit crew in since he doesn't seem to be using them.
Oh, he doesn't do anything, just blue screens apparently.
I'll be better than what mine did.
We'll go to Bo Cattell as well. Bo, good to have you out in the championship, mate.
Yeah, no, it's been good fun. Just made a error going into pits. I thought I hit the limiter and I didn't, so I got held for 16 seconds, so that sort of wrecked the night a bit.
You've come on strong throughout the season, mate. You sort of come from nowhere, and now you're up there fighting for top 15, top 10 every week.
Yeah, just working on it. It's a hard car to get your head around, so just trying to practice and get some miles under me and see what happens in a season or two.
Are you being scouted by any teams at the moment as well?
You'll have to wait and see.
Okay, that's a yes. I might go back to Richard Hampstead quickly because I sort of cut you off before, Hammer. You got anything extra to add or not?
Sorry, no, I
That's
just
a no.
rolled onto Muggo.
All
I was
right,
just
so
eating my dinner, actually, sorry.
next week, guys, of course, the most exciting thing, even more exciting than Muggo winning a championship, Bathurst. Are we all ready?
No.
Definitely.
Because Sunday night, I don't know if you guys are aware, Sunday night we will be live for qualifying and top 10 shootout. Monday, the race length will be 61 laps. 61 laps on Monday night for Race of Champions. So good luck to all you guys. Pretty sure all of you boys will be out there running. In fact, I'm sure almost every one of you boys will be running. So good luck next week. Congratulations once again, Muggo. Oh, better thank Justin as well for popping in and saying hello.
Yeah, cheers, mate. I'll be seeing if I can get the live stream. I'm going to India this week, and I'll be at the Formula One. So I'll see if I can get the stream. I'll be excited to watch this Bathurst race. It'll be insane, I reckon.
Will be good, mate. Muggo, congratulations once again, mate.
Thank you. Can I just also add big thank you to my fiancée Jess. She's had to put up with me coming home and jumping on the sim and doing all the practice, so she hasn't seen much of me, but yeah, she's been awesome support, and big thanks to her. So yeah, next season, let's do it.
Can't wait. Thanks, Daniel, for tonight.
Thanks, Jay. It's going to be a bit more quiet around here without you around, but
Yeah, it will be.
I think we've got one more. You
Race of
me doing
Champions
Race
will
of
be,
Champions?
Yeah, you and me together for Race of Champions. I think Leo might be popping in at some point as well, and that will be my final broadcast race as commentator. So we'll be a bit sad, but it'll be good fun as well. Thanks, Leo, as well for tonight, mate. Great job.
Not a problem. What an awesome race to be a part of, and once again, congrats, Jay, and thanks for all the work that you've done throughout your time with V8's Online. But the rest of us have got plenty to look forward to coming up. Of course, Bathurst next season. It's going to be great.
Yep. Thanks also, Reese. Good job in the pits again. We'll have some interesting things coming up potentially for next season in regards to pit lane reporting and things like that, Reese.
Testing.
Yeah, definitely. First off, thanks, Jay, and thanks everyone for an awesome season. It's been absolutely fantastic this season, and congratulations to Muggo. It's a well-deserved title. Sort of up in the air, but coming together, I may or may not be providing mid-race updates from Split 2 of the iRacing V8 Supercar Series, so you can see how the up-and-coming talents are going in their quest to get into the top splits. So looking forward to next season, and I'll see you guys for Race of Champions. I'll most likely be driving in that, and thanks so much to Jay for all the stuff you've done for V8's Online. It's been brilliant.
I've loved every minute of it. Thanks also, Seb, behind the scenes as well. Puts in a hell of a lot of hours behind the scenes that no one ever knows about. So well done, Seb, for all your hard work. Well done, Des, behind the scenes as well.
I will come in and say a big thank you to you as well, Jay. The amount of time and effort you have put in over the years to this series, you will be a very bigly missed part of the series. We do know you will still be behind the scenes. You'll be here, but I guess our spectators will miss you a bit, but thank you very much.
Probably not. They probably won't. They're probably like, oh, Jay's going great. Also want to thank Sandman for all of his work in helping get this all up and running. Without Sandman's voice, I don't think we would have ever got as big as we've got. So thanks to Sandman. Thanks also to Brooksy, Hilly, John Emerson, also Anthony Kernich. Who else have I forgotten here? Scott Griffiths also. Thanks to everyone. There's countless people that have put in hours behind the scenes to help V8's Online out. So this is not a one-man or two-man show. This is a massive team, but a lot of people put in a lot of time for you guys out there watching every week. So big thank you to everyone. We might wrap it up there, I think. Thanks heaps, guys. We will talk to you all next week at Race of Champions.
Looking forward to it.
So you're watching V8 Online's live coverage of the iRacing.com V8 Supercar Official Online Series, proudly presented by V8 Online Superstore, Direct Clutch Services, and our very good friends at V8 Supercars Fan Group. Your winner of Round 12 and Season 3 2013 champion, Josh Muggleton.